Jeff, I really hope you like thinly veiled euphemisms for oral sex, because boy, do we got them.
I do. Let's get down to it.
I'm not really sure what I've done to you, but I'll take a Pinot Grigio.
This is But I'll Take a Pinot Grigio podcast. We're talking about Vanderpump Rules Season 5, Episode 2, called What Went Down. And last week, I found that to be very clever, but that was before they really just beat this idea into the ground. And so now if I never ever, and this is as a lesbian woman, if I never ever ever have to hear the phrase go down again, I will be happy, because these straights ruined it for me. Okay? They ruined it for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a lot of guys have, tons of fantasies about two women. You get it hammered in this, and it's such a problem for so long, it could really fizzle out. It could really fizzle out for you.
But hi, I'm Sunday, pop culture professor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, self-proclaimed expert on all things pop culture. Pretty heavy on the self-proclaimed, but I feel like we have earned our expert Vanderpump Rules badge. And I have some Professor Sunday asks after you get done with your intro, too.
Well, I am Jeff, our former Bravo and Vanderpump noob, who's just here ready to get all the expertise out there, because I know these fools now, and I'm ready to talk about it.
And as a person who knows these fools now, I'm noticing how much producing they're doing of themselves and of each other. Are you noticing it too?
Yeah, this episode, I think last episode, I'm sure it's there, but I think it was that's what led to our talk, was noticing that. But this episode, it was shining through for sure.
Right. And especially Lisa too. I think organically, like we used to see, that this could have made its way around anyway. But Lisa Vanderpump is very, very heavily handed manipulating narratives and situations so that it goes the way she perceives it ought to. And the Bravo editors, I say this all the time, they don't need your help, lady. They are, because the way they were trolling James at that festival, I will get it back to us. But anyway, just to remind really quick. Oh, let me talk about business.
All the cast kind of drops things in. Some like more and more where you're like seeing through or just seeing. I think it's out.
Just a little bit of business. This past Tuesday was the last of our Top Chef coverage, but we are still covering In the City. It's Tuesday nights. And if I can do it, I'm going to try to talk Emilie into a Love Island corner where we just carve out a few minutes to talk about those hot dummies on an island. And of course, vintage Vanderpump Rules. Okay. Any business, Jeff? Oh, socials too, at Take a Pinot Pod.
Everything, all directives to jeff@pinotpod.com. Yes.
Yeah. So just to remind us, Katie is going to be Lisa Vanderpump's assistant, and World Dog Day is a thing.
It sure is.
Lots of body shaming. If I hear winter body one more time, I swear to God, Brittany and Kristen, well, more like Kristen, chowing down on a Kentucky muffin, and Brittany instead of it. I swear to God.
There's rumors about Brittany and Kristen is all we needed there.
Listen, I do enjoy the phrase chowing down on a Kentucky muffin.
In the previously on, we got eating veg, chowing down on a Kentucky muffin, like in very quick succession. Just I'm saying good, bad, or just those things happened in about 20 seconds, if not less.
Yeah. Well, buckle in, because we get a lot more talk about it. So.
Buckle in? Do you need your sayings guide over there?
What? Buckle in.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So I'm using Jax's handbook. So they're upstairs. Sir, we've only been in Lisa's office a couple of times before, but all of this to kind of set up the rest of the episode, because the bulk of it is going to be at this World Dog Day Festival, in which the Yulin Dog Meat Festival is kind of like the center. Stop dog meat trade. So do you know what the Yulin Dog Festival is?
I do now, and it's horrific. Yeah, holy shit.
Awful.
Yes. I imagined that Vanderpump Dogs was a wonderful organization and very cutesy, and kind of like what we saw later. I just imagined like Sure, a couple local shelters get some money and they adopt some dogs, and that's very cute. Like, by the second one, like when they showed, the dogs in cages, and that phrase, dog meat trade, hit again, and I was like, all right, let me look into this. I don't even think I've heard of I mean, I've heard of dog meat being out there, I guess, but what the fuck? Yes.
She talked a lot about it on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And so I did the same thing, so did a Google.
God.
But as a matter of fact, 1,000 dogs were rescued in 2016. A lot of those had to do directly with Vanderpump Dogs and Lisa Vanderpump. She testified before Congress in September of 2019 about for the American government to intervene and to tighten up laws in some places about cruelty to dogs. Yeah, like she's for real. She's a for real animal advocate. Although the Yule Festival is also dogs and cats. So fuck you, cats. Those poor cats aren't getting any advocacy, but
I didn't get anything about cats. So, but good Lord. I mean, and it's still happening.
Yeah. So she absolutely is more than just kind of like, being superfluously advocating. But anyway, all that to set that up. And then also too, for her to drop the knowledge that she knows about the rumor between Britt and Kristen. I did not write down what she said, but it was some snarky little thing in which
this was about how giving Kristen is. She's been giving lately. Yes.
There you go. So mark that down. That's one in the actual real time of the show. But you can just see Brittany flush from the bottom of her soles all the way up, like just like Sunday. Her neck started to get red, and immediately, like she's holding back tears
and anger. I mean, I feel like those fists are getting clenched up. She's
but in front of your boss, like. I mean, I get it that the lines are kind of blurred in a TV show and a restaurant, and she's a producer, but she's also like a mother hen, but she's also the owner of this establishment. So a lot of that is blurred, but this is just one woman I would not want to know my business, especially a drunken thing that I did that I'm already not super proud of, and I'm not even really claiming. Like, this may be, and this is saying something big, this may be the worst thing Jax has ever done.
And if she overheard someone talking about it, if she overheard you, if she found something out, if she saw something on social media, blah, 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 if all these other things, if that information gets to her and that's how she knows, that is one thing. To find out the way she did, straight from this fucking jackass's mouth, then that's a very different thing. Yeah.
I mean, who does that? His partner. I mean, I know that we could talk about.
You tell us, Mrs. Jax apologist number one.
He absolutely does look handsome though. Like whatever like
fuck off.
Steroid cocktail he's on. He looks good, but it's so bad. And then of course, Sheena really doesn't like to be in the middle of things, but she does invite Brittany to stay at her house very graciously.
She does seem very. She seems very genuine. I know I give her shit a lot about like how unfortunate she's smack dab in the middle of it again, but she seems very genuine about this one. I have to kind of give it that. Yeah,
is really protective of Brittany, and I don't know. I've got some things to say about Brittany in a minute, but like you can tell, everyone is immediately taking a liking to Brittany. They immediately feel protective over her because they know who Jax is, and she is getting to know him. So Sheena does that. And then I only want to say one thing about this spa scene with the Toms, where they're getting them like a tandem massage, slipping each other in the eyes and talking about their love.
Yeah.
That scene last week where James and Lala were body shaming and fat shaming, it has inserted this into the season. Every character now is talking about their body and how they look. There's a scene later where Stassi and Kristen are talking about it. There's a scene later where I think Katie or Sheena mentions something. So now this is hanging over the cast and everybody is being self-conscious. And what that does for me is it puts some distance for me between them. I don't want them to humanize themselves for me. That, like Do you remember that moment? Do you remember that moment in Mean Girls where after Katie had been feeding Regina George those bars and she had eaten everything and she came, she's like, this is the only thing that fits me. Like in that moment, she's very humanized. And I don't want to feel sorry for Tom Schwartz or, Stassi in that moment. And so
he's always whining about his dad bod though. I mean, he always has been.
But before there wasn't such a shame infused it. And so I don't know. It's like, this is why we can't have nice things, Lala and James. Like, please fuck off. But that's all I wanted to say about that. I mean, like, what two grown men friends get couples massages together?
I do not know. I mean, if they went to the spa, I mean, nothing wrong with it, but yeah, weird. And I guess and remember, this is where they get their candles from anyway. This is the candle source.
Well, yeah. They were killing 13 birds with one stone. Got it.
That's what the saying is. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Then we go to Stassi's big girl apartment. Yeah. And what's the big news here? Did you catch it?
We get to see a creepy picture of Patrick. That's what we did. I thought he looked a little creepy. We get to see a picture of George Glass. He makes an appearance.
George Glass is real, ? We have confirmation, ? And I mean, allegedly.
She's in the picture, so it's not like it came with the frame kind of deal.
Yeah.
Like, she knows. So it seems somewhat legit.
Yeah. And then, Stassi here is like, she's not drinking beer because she's also worried about her summer body. And I was like, shut up. But she's very proud of her apartment. Very proud that she did all of this for alone. This is the very first time that she's lived without a man and without her dad paying rent. And I still, again, how are you living, lady? Like, are you just completely living on Vanderpump Rules salary? That's another thing that you and I have talked about quite a bit.
And that's what I'm getting to. That's where I was going when you were talking about, the production and all that stuff and things that they're dropping in. So now it's official. They say things like that. We are paying to watch them be just who they are without having to have the job and without having to fake something along. I mean, hopefully they are thinking, man, what's my time limit on this? I know one of them for sure is thinking this, like, this may be limited. I need to do something on the side, but there are a few of them that seem to be like, hey man, this is paid for and you're going to watch me, just like you're paying to have a soap opera get made. And that's exactly what this is.
It is jarring because, you mentioned Housewives on the last episode too, but that's what our expectation is. Our expectation is that these women don't have to hustle, that they already have money. And so all of these little side endeavors, like, the makeup or the toaster ovens or the ugly pants, that is just that is a function of the show that we get to watch. But Vanderpump Rules has turned into that now. And so we've got a foot in both worlds. We're kind of straddling a little bit though, because with Stassi and Kristen, we're supposed to understand the housewives of it all. But then with the others, we're supposed to still believe. Schwartz too. Sorry, I forgot about him. Right. But with the others, Katie, Brittany, and Sheena, we're supposed to buy that they're working. And Sandoval and Jax, and so it is a little bit of a whiplash when we have to go back and forth between these two. Like, it's almost like, what do you want to be, Vanderpump Rules? Like, what is happening that you need us to be? Because I'll be on board either way, right? Like, I'll watch both shows, but help me out here.
Yeah, and that was my little conflict towards the end of season 4, and here we are with it.
Well, so she talks about Katie's being Lisa's assistant, and we're reminded of her ill-fated attempt, and she said that working for Lisa Vanderpump, those 4 hours, grueling. We get some flashbacks to it, but she says that that's her 4th most fearful thing. Like, that's the 4th thing that she's scared of. And I wanted to do a little lightning round here of the other the other things that Stassi is scared of. What are the other 4 things on this list?
One of them, the first thing that came to mind is, because it's wine and beer, whatever. Drink's a big thing. Like, I have worked with people older than Stassi, like well into their 30s, who all of a sudden go and find out they have an allergy. Maybe it's a gluten and they can't drink the thing they used to drink. But I've worked with people who straight up just went to the doctor one day and they have an alcohol allergy and they must immediately quit drinking. So for me, Stassi's biggest fear, that is number 1 right there.
Okay. So we're going to do lightning round. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Nope. Can't drink booze anymore.
Right. Mine is overhearing someone say, Oh, Katie. She's the pretty one, right?
Oh, that's a good one. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Social media completely goes away.
Oh, yes. Well, related, getting tagged in a really unflattering picture that she did not consent to.
And since she has a big horror thing, I believe it's getting murdered on top of an Indian, in a house that's on top of an Indian burial ground. Yeah.
Yes. And lastly, anybody saying, Stassi who?
Oh, I used to watch that show.
Yes. Oh, she was on that show. Oh, she's Jax's girlfriend.
Ooh. Ooh. That's numbers 1 through 3 right there.
There you go. Yeah. But also, too, there's also many scenarios happening in this episode that are also her nightmare. Like, can you imagine what her nightmare if there was a rumor going around that Kristen went down on her? Oh, my God, she would die dead. She would die dead. Or if she had to spend the night at Sheena's, dead. Nope.
Worse. That's the worst. That's worse than the Kristen one. Yeah.
But there are no wedding updates here. And so this is, we're bouncing a little bit back and forth between the spa and them. So we'll just talk about it all together because it really demonstrates this editing of these two scenes, like ping pong, really demonstrates how far apart these two folks are on their perception of the wedding. Schwartz's budget is 0. Katie's budget is $50K.
Yep. I mean, the most egregious thing, I'll say, like, no cake. Dude, that's the only thing you need to worry about. Like, yes, well and good. This is for the bride. This is mostly celebrated for the bride. She's going to pick this stuff out. And great. I was excited. There's a groom's cake. That means I got to have a fucking cake just the way I want it. I'm a grown up. I can have a cake just the way I want. Like, at least pick one thing to have fun with.
Look, I know the devil has enough advocates, Jeff. Okay, I know. But I was like, does he mean like, maybe cupcakes or donuts instead? Or let's do it like an alternative to a cake? Or does he mean like no cake, no cake?
This dude wants $2 Chuck to be drank. He wants Polaroid cameras sitting on the tables, and that's the only photographs. And it's bring your own tacos. Yeah.
Well, Sandoval, channeling the Pinot Pod here, just very kindly says, I think maybe y'all ought to get some therapy.
Yeah. This is your best friend. Your best friend just said, I think you all need some therapy or something.
Yeah.
That's up. You want to let that one just stay right in the front there.
I mean, no, he won't. Neither will Katie.
I'm just saying.
Forging straight ahead. Let's just drop this $1 zillion that they're about to do. I mean, just the venue itself is $18,000. Okay. That is a lot of therapy. Like, I mean, y'all should spend that money on individual therapy.
It's a lot of Modelo. It's a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so we go back to Sir, and it is the beginning of James' apology tour. His first stop is Sheena. Those confessional contacts. I accidentally keep saying vampire rules all the time. Maybe my brain was anticipating this insane look, and so it just was already doing it. It looks insane. It is so jarring. Yeah?
There's been several times when you've said it, and I thought, like, oh, they are kind of like vampires sometimes. So, like, we were just edging ever closer. But I do want to point out before the apology tour.
Okay.
Steadfast Diana. I just always, hello. Yeah. I just like to point out, Diana, thank you for being around. If I see Diana, it can't be too bad. Things are going all right.
Suck a dick, Diana. No more. That's in the past.
Yeah.
You don't got to suck no dicks if you don't want to, Diana.
And so what if Sheena has a new nose? You're in Beverly Hills.
Everybody has a new nose.
What is the deal with the new nose thing?
But so y'all are, I'll try to put this on, or you can go to YouTube to watch. But whenever James is apologizing, I'm mimicking him now. He's just like looking at his nails, almost like a caricature of a cartoon apology that's meant to be meaningless. He's like, I mean, I guess I'm sorry.
Yeah. If you looked up shitty apology on Wikipedia, that's what you get.
And you and I had this conversation at the reunion. Well, about the reunion, about Kristen's toothless apology.
Mentally, we were at the reunion.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you asked me, am I okay with Kristen, this apology if nothing changes?
Yeah, with Ariana.
And then like Kristen was really trying to perform it at least. Whatever she was feeling on the inside, at least on the outside, she was trying to go through the motions of it. James, this is such a fucking limp dick apology. Like, he's not even trying to perform apologetic.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what he thinks. Maybe he thinks, oh, well, I tried and they're still mean to me. Wah. I don't know what he thinks he's going to get out of this exchange. And it is very strange.
Yeah. He's way out of his element and digging himself deeper. Yeah. I mean, he's just.
Yeah. I mean, where do you go?
I don't know what else to say. It's just horrible. Yeah.
Where does this man go in this season? Like, it is. Yeah. He just cannot get
further in the ditch. Yeah.
I mean, he is so hated. But then we get to meet Lala's mom, Lisa.
And we've heard of her many times.
Yes, many times. And Lala does admit that they're very close. And I will be refraining from comment on this because I do have a 27-year-old daughter that we are very, very enmeshed, codependent. Some may say unhealthily so.
No one here was accusing you of anything, but you're just getting defensive for this.
Shout out, Emilie. Shout out.
Not here.
Yeah. But
I also live with a woman who talks to her mom numerous times a day.
Yeah.
Back when I met her in her 20s, all through our 30s, and up to whatever age we are right now.
That's right. Still 30s.
That is very regular. Yeah. I currently have to talk to my mom a lot. She's 90. It's I like a wellness check.
She talks a little. Her mom blames her past bullying, and they go back and forth that she doesn't want to be this vicious bitch and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And Lala says, yeah, this is why I had acrylics and highlights in 4th grade. Ma'am, I need you to connect those dots for me in your mind.
I didn't. And that one, I was like, I'll get it second time around. I heard it second time around. I was like, more, I know less. I know less now.
I think maybe it's a reference to self-esteem and her feelings. Yeah. Because I remember I had a cousin. We were in the same grade all through. And even then, she's just like, felt like she was too big for the world. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so people react to that energy. She was beautiful and wonderful, but like she would wear fluorescent dinosaur earrings that were like 3 inches long, like dangling from her ears, right? And she
in kindergarten.
Yes. And so she got teased. I remember she was the first one to have a Thriller, like Michael Jackson Thriller folder. I'm really dating myself right now. But she got a lot of that. But that chicken came before the egg. In this instance, Lala is saying she got bullied and then the acrylics and the highlights came.
Yeah, because they were making fun of how she I don't know. They were just... Yeah.
I will say this, too.
And I do wonder how much of the bullying was in defense. Like, what did Lala say first? Like, what got reported to Lisa here?
Yeah. I also will say that my mom used to say I was tenderhearted, but like she wasn't using it as a compliment.
Yeah.
I was a real crybaby as a kid. I was a real crybaby and still am to this day a little bit. But my mom would be like, oh, Sunday, you just can't be so tenderhearted. But in this instance, her mom is like, oh, you're so tenderhearted.
Well, she goes one extreme to the other. And that's one thing I really don't like about her because it's real disingenuous. You know, she comes out with this like fucking street side behavior talk and waving hands and saying things that didn't come from Provo and then is crying to mom. Like, why don't you not scale up that far out of your league? Why don't you, like, there's a middle ground, a great middle ground here. Like, it's not all the way extreme up, all the way extreme down. Like, if you're having problems, you know, again and again doing that, then like, let's regulate a little bit. What do we need to do to regulate?
She's got a good plan. She's going to like institute a 2-drink minimum. So that's a plan, at least. I mean, we'll see how well it is. But, you know, she just doesn't want, this is not who she is, Jeff.
It's not how she acts a lot of the time, like most of the reunion and stuff is not who she is. And that's why it's like, you know, tearing her apart.
Well, we go from there and then we go to another like package where they're bouncing between back and forth. But we get this very, very like short interstitial with Sir and some real work. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Real work alert. And it is very, very short. And there's no narrative action happening. serves a restaurant where people work and do work.
Yep.
But then we're in Carter and Kristen's apartment. And so Carter is a photographer's assistant. Is this like a director of photographer, like a movie, or is it like a click camera assistant?
I believe it's like a click camera, as they call it.
Also showing my age a little bit there.
Yeah, that's industry talk, everybody. Sorry if it went over your heads there.
Well,
yeah, I think they're talking about the way they're talking about the sets and the shoot and all that stuff. Sounds like.
So the scene is set. So Carter and Kristen are having this really like nice meal that she's made with like cloth napkins and everything, and Kristen is telling her side of the story. Meanwhile, and I'm telling you, those editors, I don't understand why they did not submit this for best editing in the Emmy category. This shit is perfect. This setup with the gossip mill, Jeff,
I know.
It's perfection.
Well, when you said like it's a place where real work happens, I was like, and rumors spread like wildfire. Yeah.
Yeah. It goes.
I do want a BTS on this. Like, somebody into the kitchen, like, oh, all right, y'all be talking about this.
That's what I said too. I made myself a note too, because it's like Lisa Vanderpump talks to Sheena about it. Then we see Christina Kelly talking to the C team. Then we see Jesse talking to the hostess. Then we see the kitchen guys doing it. So this thing, if this is production, this is horrible. This is so bad. It is obviously something that she is really embarrassed about. And they whispered this. I mean, whatever the crew in Spanish whispered it to the fucking kitchen guys, come the fuck on.
Whether it is or not, her boyfriend said this on camera that is getting broadcast.
That's
bigger story right there.
That's what I'm saying. It's like coming from all sides. So not only is she having to like really grapple with dealing with Jax doing it, but now production is whipping it up exclusively because she is ashamed of it. And exclusively
that is their job. Yeah.
This is too far, though. This is too far. I can understand, hey, production being like, hey, Pablo in the kitchen, could you go stand by the hostess stand?
But also, we know that is what happens. And that's what I was saying, if this just came up, and I mean in 2015, 2016, like being very much entrenched in the restaurant industry at the time and in kitchens, like really, if this just Jax is the one that makes the big deal out of it. Like it does kind of get spread around. Yeah. And you know what? Nobody gives a shit. If that's happening at 5 o'clock, by 10 o'clock, maybe somebody's talking about it. By Monday morning, no one.
Yeah,
I mean, it's on to the next thing.
Yeah, the news cycle is over. But
right. But the reason it is going anywhere, again, it's just because of one guy.
Yeah, well, we get a double whammy of Lisa's dumb jokes about between the legs. I don't remember. I didn't write them down because I'm not going to reward bad behavior. Okay? Like, this is stupid. We get it, Lisa. And I'm listening. Lisa is fucking dining out on this. It's almost like this is the greatest thing that's ever
that's a rough choice of words.
Oh, yikes. Oh, yeah. Sorry, everyone. But you get Kristen in her confessional trying to make sense of it.
Now, this is what all right, let's just say it goes back and forth. She's telling a story to Carter. She's telling a story to us. Well, I mean, she's reliving it with Carter and telling it to us. Where do you ultimately land on? Because Kristen says no, and there's a definite her looking around with a, where it's everything but like a cricket noise when she's looking around.
Well, I did say, I hope Kristen is never a witness to a crime. She has terrible recall, and she's a real shitty bluffer.
Kristen witnesses a crime every day.
In the mirror?
No, God, that's not what I meant.
Sorry, that's a bitchy thing for me to say. But they 100% did it. And because they are so protective of Brittany, I think it was a lapse in judgment. This has happened to every young person ever. But we just didn't have a camera crew following us around, or we were not on a show and have to be accountable for our choices. I think what happened is that the four of them, Brittany, Jax, Carter, and Kristen, sat down and said, listen, man, don't talk about this. Don't do it. This never happened. It was a mistake. It's not like, establishing, I'm not like I cheated. Like, don't talk about it. And then Jax immediately went to day one filming and was like, let me tell you what I heard. And I think that is what is the reason that Brittany, the betrayal is so acute here, because they promised not to fucking talk about it. And you could hear it in her voice where she's like last week, I swear to God, don't say another word about it. You don't say shit. You're spreading rumors. They agreed. And he went back on that shit. Hands down.
Yeah. And I mean, is this where they're like, she's really blowing up? I mean, they're over the bar and all that.
Yes. And this is where I wrote Jax is hot. I'm sorry. I don't need your judgment. He just looks so good. But this is
it's kind of not whatever, but all right.
I mean, two things can be true too. He can be terrible and handsome.
We don't have to be reminded of it 13 times an hour.
People at home are watching and see with their eyes what I'm saying as well. So I just think you're not alone.
I just disagree. I don't even think he's that handsome of a guy, period.
I know.
Regardless of the shithead behavior. Like, I don't think he's like that attractive of a dude.
I think you're more adjusted than I am. I think you're more well adjusted than I am.
Maybe sweaty meatloafs just aren't my type.
Yeah. Maybe not. But this is where, she does approach it. He's just like screaming at her, get the fuck over it. It's LA. It's sir. You're making a big blah, 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 just like spitting at her.
Like, oh, is this still going on? Like, yes, you said something. Now everyone is talking about it and it's being continued to talk about. It is being thrown in my face. And so, yes, it is still going on. Like when he turns to Sandoval and like, is this what people are going to talk about all summer? Like, actually, yes. And it's your fault. You've done this to yourself. You thought it was going to be great because you had something to talk about.
Yes.
And now it's coming back on you. And now you hate it. And guess what? So does everybody else. Yeah. You're making it. Now everyone hates this. Great. Thank you.
I've mentioned Darbo abuse on here before, but I wasn't prepared to like sort out the acronym. But this is like textbook behavior. And the idea of Darbo is an acronym for, it's a psychological like manipulation technique where the abuser denies the thing that happened. Then they attack the person. Then they reverse victim offender. Like they reverse you, right? That is a very textbook narcissist play. And we didn't have that term then. I looked it up because this came out. This became popular in therapy speak, like late teens, early 2020s. And he completely flips on her. He does this whole thing. He denies that he denies that it didn't happen, which whatever it did or not. And then he attacks her. Well, you need to be better about this, this, and this. And then he becomes a victim. Okay, well, I guess it's just me. I guess I'm crazy. I've been the liar for 5 years. Blah, 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 blah. This man, he's an abuser. Like, this is what I said about James too in his anger. The more Jax uses stimulants, the more insane he becomes.
Of course, yeah. And I was watching a movie and they used this phrase, and then I watched this episode and I was like, they're like, oh, well, the shit's already out of the horse, but the horse is going to keep on shitting. And I was like, that's Jax Taylor. He does that. He does.
And then Brittany, and this would be if in the top 5 things that are my worst nightmare, having to talk to my very posh, wealthy, established boss about a drunken night in which I let a cigarette girl go down on me on accident.
Yeah.
This would be my nightmare. Like when I die and go to hell, I'm going to have to play this out because Lisa's like, kind of like a little bit of I told you so. She's like, yeah, really, this is why I didn't want y'all working together in the first place. He's not really known for his discretion.
And she does regret not firing Jax.
But
like, which time? I thought he was a great employee. Last episode of the season, you told us he was a great employee. Why would you ever fire him? Oh, also, you can't make up your mind about this person.
My antennas are going up about Brittany right here, though. Especially when she says, I just never thought he would do it to me. I just never thought he'd do this to me. It's so terrible. You were perfectly okay when this man was doing it to somebody else. When he was doing it to Lala. When he was doing it to Sandoval. You were fine on that. Like, it was great as long as it wasn't turned on you. But now that he's doing it to you, now you're upset. Now you're like, oh, he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of dumbass. Kentucky Muffin, girl, if he's going to do it with you, he's going to do it to you.
That's right. That's right.
Period. And I got my eye on you, Brittany, Kentucky Muffin. But because Sheena doesn't like to get in the middle of things, we wake up at her house the next morning. And Brittany's got totally likely expectations. You know what I mean? She knows exactly what she's going to do. Like, I really hope that he gets home and he's on his hands and knees. Girl, get the fuck out of here. You know that shit ain't happening. And
I don't know. Let's talk about how handsome he is.
Well, he is handsome. But then she goes home. But I'm fairly certain this man is still wearing his Sir shirt.
You're fairly certain because you can have eyeballs and you can see what he's wearing, and it is a collared shirt that he was just wearing in the previous scene while he was at work. And he's wildly upset with her, and it's pretty horrible.
So, I have a dear best friend. I have a male best friend. He and I have been friends since I was in 3rd grade. And the biggest and most volatile fights we've ever been in is when I've woken him up to try to talk to him or try to get him to do something from a dead sleep. Back in the day, he used to abuse alcohol, and so that would contribute to it. Now he has like sleep stuff. And so that's one thing. And I'm not taking his side on this, but I think Brittany could have waited 20 minutes, right? Like,
no.
Yeah, I mean,
she didn't pick what time he was going to tell everybody at work about it.
Fair
so
enough.
He doesn't get to pick what time she's going to bring it up at work in the house where she lives and probably pays for more of it.
I mean, I agree. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying I think it could have gone different if she just maybe waited for him to
acquiesce to him. That's not.
Or just waited for him to sleep it off, right? Like, and then when he organically rises from his pass out drunk, then approach him. I mean, you know what? It probably wouldn't have gone different. You're right. He probably would have acted crazy.
When at 3 p.m. Reasonable Jax appears for a few minutes?
Yeah.
Who's this person that we're talking about? You want to hold your breath and wait on Reasonable Jax to make an appearance?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I know that waking people up sometimes can be a, scary situation.
No, and I mean, I get tired of beating up on him, but then he does a bunch of stuff. And, like when it comes to substance abuse stuff, like personal history and stuff included, I try to like meet her, like going all against him on this. But like, the veracity, like the volume he gets to, and, like how loud he's getting and everything. And just like what a dick he's being. And just like the whole like, now, if he is also telling the truth, and everyone else is not believing him. Yeah, it is. It does suck to feel like everyone is against you and you do feel crazy also.
I have this here in my notes about, like, we talk about Jax got jaxed. Yeah, he did, because he's getting gaslit. He knows what he saw. He knows what they agreed to, right? And everybody is quite literally lying about it. And so he's like, am I crazy? Am I crazy? That is the textbook definition of gaslighting, is where somebody is crazy making. And he's getting jaxed. All of these women that he's done this shit to, like flashback to every fucking bullshit story he's ever told a woman. Now he's like, what? But I was going to ask you, and you kind of touched on it just now, but about his reaction from the bed. Like,
yeah.
What do you make of this?
It's way too much. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's way too much. Like, get up. Sure, she woke him up. That doesn't mean you have the freedom to do whatever the hell you want to do just because you were sleeping. She didn't sleep where she wanted to last night either, so you don't get to sleep as long as you want to. Like, there is both sides of that.
Are you a yeller?
I mean, what I'm doing right now is pretty much like it. I mean, as far as like, especially like in a couple talk thing, no, man.
Oh, see, I'm a yeller. I'm a yeller. Yeah. And so
have you ever heard me yell?
No, never. Have you ever heard me yell?
Yes. I've heard you yell about things that were upsetting to me, like in my defense, like
yes, well,
things that I should be upset about that you are yelling about.
I do have a loud voice.
Yeah, that is.
And, I'll yell at my children, and my children have a threshold. Like, they understand that that's how it is.
Not to interrupt, but I'm going to interrupt. One of us has had to mute their camera before to talk to people behind them, and one hasn't. I will say that.
Yeah, for sure. But so, and what I'm saying is, the difference is Jax may have grown up in a yelling household and Brittany may have not. Or maybe she did, and that's why she's not reacting so strongly. She's not reacting as fiercely as you are to it, because maybe she also grew up in a yelling household too. Because from a distance and objectively, this behavior is scary. And the vitriol that he has in his voice and the contempt that he has is like, there's some anger management in his future, hopefully. Wishful thinking.
Is Reasonable Jack's going to make that meeting also? The one that you're waiting
just
on?
saying, things. But this is a good place for us to take a break, and then we'll come back and talk about Katie's very elaborate escape room that she's going to make her bridesmaids do. Okay, we are back, and we are in Schwartzy's house.
Nightmare?
Yeah. Do you think, real quick, that they did that painting on the wall themselves?
I kind of hope so. I had enough time because I'm like, all right, they're having wedding talk and they disagree. So I was able to kind of I even could envision how they laid it out and what they did and then put it around. But
I mean, I'll forgive it. If they did it together, that's kind of cute. But now they know how much they hate each other, though. It's like,
it doesn't just say Bubba's, though. It has bus and has other words on it.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I'm thinking it just got close. I actually think they saw it and they it says Bubba's somewhere on there, so they got it. So I don't think they did it.
Is it a magnanimous painting?
No, the Magnanimous House by Shel Silverstein is going to get brought up here in just a minute, though.
God, Katie, I love you so much, but no. So Katie starts by giving this very telling Schwartz, and he even comments on how complicated this is. There's a box.
Comments is
but
softly put.
She's going to ask these folks to be her bridesmaid. There's a box and a ribbon and a balloon, and then you have to follow a treasure map, and then in the treasure map you have to dig. It's like the fucking Goonies, if Goonies were going to be bridesmaids at the end. It is ridiculous. Girl,
it's the beginning of Pee-wee's Playhouse, just to find out if you're... Yeah. Which is horrible to do to somebody like Sheena, because she's going to be like, what's it going to say at the end? Is it going to say...
Look, wouldn't it be fucked up, though, if one of them said, not you? She opened Sheena's and it was like... Yeah, just that thumbs down, not you.
Everybody's like, ba-ding, ba-ding.
I do have a theory about Schwartz. Number one, this wedding is 3 months away and they're just now booking the venue. That is very dangerous. We got married. Carla and I got married very, very quick because we got married in the same year as the election, and we did it the same year before the new administration was inaugurated because we were afraid we wouldn't be able to do it, right? So we got it quick. And I know how hard it was for me to find a venue in our town that I was really scrambling. 3 months that's quick. That is tough. And then what the fuck has she been doing all year? They've been engaged.
You didn't get married on a Wednesday, though.
No, well, that's some frugal shit, though. You gotta be thinking on that. I'm not mad at that. But here's my theory about this prenup talk. Because she talks about how Schwartz is really frugal and he's kind of a self-proclaimed cheapskate. People who grew up poor, much like I did, either go one way or the other. Either you are really, really tight with your money and you squirrel it away and you don't ever want to spend it. That's not me, if y'all could guess. Or be like, oh shit, I got money now. Let me spend it. Y'all want a new pair of shoes once a week? Fine by me. Oh wait, this is this makeup thing? Yeah, TikTok, give it to me. I think that Tom Schwartz has secret money.
I do not. I have a different theory on that.
Okay,
and it kind of came up when we were talking about the production of it and stuff. I mean, I think he came from a real working class background. I mean, he's got the student debt. If you come from a ton of money, you may not have some student debt. He's got 3 other brothers. His dad was a cop. I don't remember anybody raising 4 kids on cop salary, just rolling in it.
I think he
has found himself over here, and he has tried to be the actor thing. He has tried to do this. He has tried to be in the service industry. He is getting a sizable check for being on Vanderpump Rules, and he knows that is a limited thing, and he wants to hold on to every red cent. Say they do break up. Is Tom on this show?
I disagree, because I think that Katie's been paying the bills all along, all these times, right, and he's been squirreling money away. This all shucks, I'm such a good guy, mediator, and I just want everybody to get along shit is such a front. This man, I believe, is a sneaky sneaker, a lying liar.
Well, how much are you talking about? He's got squirreled away. I mean, they're paying probably $4,000 a month for this apartment, let's say.
But even if it's just I don't know, $10,000, $20,000, that's money he doesn't want Katie to have her hands on.
Yeah, but she makes more on the show than him.
Does she? How do we know that?
Guaranteed.
I mean,
I'm guessing,
enough.
But guaranteed. They're not all making the same.
the moment that really set me is when he called her emotionally volatile, and I wanted to reach through the screen and just pull his face off his skull and throw other. No, sir. She is not emotionally volatile. She is reactive to your abuse, and she has a legitimate reaction to the shit you're fucking doing. I hate it. Schwartz, fuck off. Fuck off.
Well, and it's a pretty lame case that the editors are trying to make too. Like, look at this clip from 2013. Like, you had to go 3 years ago. Like, no, thank you.
Listen, let's move on to James's very, very sketchy living situation. What's happening here?
Well, the roommate?
Uh-huh.
Love an air quote roommate. Love an air quote roommate.
He's fucking this dude, yeah. Or at least getting fucked.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Oh, what? Yeah. God, Jeff, what were you thinking about then? What was the quotes for you?
Well, that is what James did that. He said he has a roommate, Paul. And he said it. He said he was just some stoner dude that,
Oh, yeah, no. I think
I was picturing it as like a guy that's in music, and he has like an apartment that he's not using, so he's just crashing over there.
Oh, no. I mean, James is paying rent, all right. In ass.
Okay. You're putting down other people's lame innuendo, and you just came out with in ass? I'm going to brush up on this for episode 3.
Listen, sometimes you got to go blue, Jeff. Sometimes you got to go blue.
Not complaining that you use, I mean, no, not, I'm just saying we're going to be talking about other folks.
He's had enough in his new apartment in which he is, a sex worker. He has released Pump Sessions and the single Feelin' Ya, and did a music video, which Don't Look Down, which he, prop design and everything with the paint and the glitter. I haven't looked it up yet, but it's on my list to do. Well, he's got big dreams, man. This time next year, he's on Coachella. Y'all don't be stepping to him. He's on the come up. And then about that time, no, it wasn't this time. It was later. But that's when Sandoval was like, "Listen, man, you're not fucking Calvin Harris. Ain't nobody jealous of you." Which he named somebody else, but I don't remember.
Steve Aoki.
There you go. Lala does this thing too. This is a very pre-2018, pre-Me Too movement where he's nice to me, so we're down. We're down. And then she starts fat shaming Katie on the Instagram, and I'm just like, bitch, you are not beating the vicious bitch allegations. You're just not going to beat them. Like, just lean
and I mean, she calls herself out on it, but before that, like, there's a very small nugget in here where I'm like, okay, these are going to be the young folks that are going to try and make it. Let's have something to pull for. And they both blow it. I mean, it lasts for like 2 seconds,
Yeah, James cannot get out of his own way, man. Like, Sandoval called it.
Neither one can, really.
Yeah, for sure. Well, James can't get out of her way. Yeah. But now here it is, the real live thing that is World Dog Day. The thing that exists. World Dog Day. And I know you're
thousands of people. Yeah.
I know you're a dog lover, so World Dog Day feels like something that you and Brooke would take Poppy to. I can't trust Goldie. She can't be trusted to be in public, so she wouldn't be doing doggy yoga.
Lisa mentioned a dog whose feet never touch the ground, and I was like, well, y'all got one of them over there most of the time. So, well, Nolan has a dog whose feet never touch the ground.
Oh, Roxy. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Fuck you, Roxy. Like, this asshole. So, it's Katie's first day on the job, and I really wish that we could have seen more of the administrative stuff here. I think it would have been fun to see Katie in this element. We see her a little bit of signing jobs and like the buckets and all that kind of stuff. But I think it would have been fun for us to see what she could do. Because they got into the nitty gritty of it with Stassi. Stassi, where's my earrings? Are you going to style Jiggy? Why aren't you over here? Oh, it's too hot. We didn't see any of that with Katie. I think it would have been fun.
Because Katie did well and survived. So there's nothing as fun to be like Stassi crashing and burning and only sticking around for 4 hours Plus, you got sweaty Meatloaf over here in his black T-shirt, not wanting to comply with anything.
Such a fucking baby.
Just being a raging dick face to every single person that approaches him. So let's show that for a little while.
I would like to call attention to how happy Schwartz gets when Sandoval turns up. This man has never been happy, anything to do with Katie, as he was just to see his friend that he saw last night. Meanwhile,
shoves Katie's face to the ground.
Katie breathes too loud. He's like, God, you bitch. Like, he is so excited for it. And like you said, Sweaty Meatloaf and Kentucky Muffin arrive, and they're, quote, made up. But they're like Southern girl made up. You know, like when y'all talk about it, and you say it's okay, but then you just like spend the next like 2 or 3 days being mean to each other and passive aggressive.
Yeah. Well, everybody else is like, I don't think he's over it for sure. You know, like when the couple, I know exactly what you mean. When that couple shows up, she's being sweet to everybody like it's normal. He's got the fucking weight of the world on his shoulders, and you're like, I mean, she might be made up. I don't know if they are necessarily.
Well, she's looking over there and she's just like, ugh, God, we're working. Come on, Jax. What are you gonna do? I ain't doing it. Come on. Like, it's just like.
Meanwhile, would someone with a Toyota with a Mickey Mouse keychain come up here? Like, that's when Sandoval, you know, especially it's ringing true. Like last week when he's like, dude, you're a session DJ at a restaurant. Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, but he's pumped up about it. I mean, he is doing the gig and he doesn't do anything here. We find out about something else. But he continues his apology tour.
Yes, he does, but the Bravo editors just stay on his neck. I found your keys at Toyota. Come here, and then please
pick up your poop.
Please
everybody pick up your poop.
Everyone, if you could just please pick up after your dog, and then announcing doggy yoga.
That's paying dues right there. That's what he's doing.
Speaking of dudes, like he's getting what comes to him because he's out here talking about he's the white Kanye West and he's going to get Coachella next year. And he's reminding folks to please pick up after your animals. Like, have some humility. That is what James is missing, is humility. Like,
and that's what Sandoval is saying.
Yeah,
like, you do have the tools here. Like, there is a path for you to do those things.
And Jax is being such a fucking bitch about it. Like, in his confessional, he's like, see, you see what I mean? This is why I can't work with her. So it's like, oh, yeah, no, I do see what you mean about a situation you were created, sir. Like, yeah, everybody else told you this was a bad idea. You did it anyway, and now it's fucking you up. Yeah, no, I do see what you mean. Like, fuck off. Put your stupid World Dog Day shirt on and quit being a fucking bitch about it.
Yeah.
Then we get James's second stop on the apology tour, Katie. And, you know, she's cool. I mean, I say cool, but like cool as in like a little aloof.
Yeah, she doesn't. I mean, she wants to throw all the, you know, comebacks, you know, right back at him, or all the insults right back at him to remind him. And she's not too open to receiving it, but they
leave it in a neutral place. So
yeah, for sure.
That's what I was trying to talk about, Ariana and like Kristen. It's like, yeah, just. You don't have to have the last snarky word. Just leave it in a neutral place, because he is absolutely going to do something bullshit again. Because in his confessionals, he's like, listen, I probably won't say it to her face again, but yeah, I think she's a fatty. I mean, I'll just think it, but I won't say it to her. So again, at the reunion, we will have to get re-mad about all the body shaming. And, you know, again, we do get a little cameo from Kyle Richards here. From
there's another one, right?
I don't know.
I thought I saw another housewife too. Yeah. You can see Stassi around them go get, like, that's when she gets flustered. She sees like the other housewives rolling, and it's like, okay, this is big time over here.
Well, yeah.
You know, like,
she's starstruck by the housewives, and Kristen's just wearing where the fuck the bar is. Like, where we going drink? Where's the bar?
Fuck on with your lemonade. What you talking about?
Well, where's
I got
the bar?
things to do here.
And Carter is like Shay 2.0, but maybe without the pill addiction. He says 2 words out loud per interaction. Like, sir, you know, the grown folks are talking right now. Lisa hears about another incident at Pump. This time it's with one of his friends.
No, I think there's a stranger that's talking near one of his friends. James is talking shit, and the guy like just isn't having it, puts James in a headlock.
Because as one does, unprovoked. Because you're like, I didn't even provoke him. Yeah. I'm out here just headlocking people unprovoked always. Sure.
Like, we haven't talked about your behavior since the last time I saw you. You want me to believe that at all? Like, of course I'm not going to.
Oh, and I did remember Brittany's dog is named Kingsley.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. It came to me, guys. I think Katie called her like Kingy or something like that. And it just was like, oh, yeah, I got it. I remember. Katie reminded me. There's this whole thing where Stassi is like really wanting to go talk to Lisa, which is smart. That's strategy right there. Like, good for you, girl.
Yeah.
But that's the thing that I'm getting a little bit sour on Lisa. All of this production that she's doing and you know, and like the way she's being with the men, all this kind of stuff. And then I'm noticing that her personality is such that she's like an aggravator. Have you ever met somebody who shows affection by aggravating?
Yeah, I don't think Lisa knows what to do here, right? We're getting into the fifth, we're 70 some odd episodes. People know it was Lisa and her gang of misfits, right?
Yeah.
And then season 2, it's still Lisa and these people that we know now. Now the group is getting bigger. I mean, there are more of the misfits than we used to, and they're going to things like the OK party. There is no Lisa. Like I said, she doesn't hear about the thing that's happening because it's not at her buddy's restaurant. Like, it's not at her buddy's thing in Vegas. Like, people are asking them to do things without her, and I mean, now people are starting to get their own thing. Like, James might guest DJ over here. Sandoval is going over here.
So she's feeling out of control?
And so I think she's forcing some control by doing the aggravating and keeping her. So I was really wondering if it was going to be, I knew there was going to be a more or less Lisa here. Like, I didn't know if she might back off some or enforce. And now what I'm seeing is the enforcer. I mean, by going after even Kristen, who doesn't work for her, she's keeping her around even as like, she's on the invite list because she can show up. Lisa can use her as a punching bag a little bit, and that keeps her in the reel, just like all these other people know how to stay in the scene. So does Lisa.
Called her a squirmer. Nope. Yeah. I feel like we should put on the list of words we have to ban from the English language.
Yeah.
Squirmer is not a nice word. I don't care for it. I just wrote black.
But yeah, I think she's making her own, and I mean, she's producer, so she can't just show herself like,
I think you're
being
right.
genteel and hosting the dog party. Like, nobody cares about that. Like, go back to the first Orange County Housewives. Like, that's boring. She's got to be in the mix a little bit more, and that's what she's doing.
I just find people who get off on embarrassing people off-putting, and that's what she's giving in these scenes too. But I think you might be right too, that she's trying to sort of figure out, and we talked about it a little bit at the top of the show, that she's kind of like trying to figure out how to make things happen that she thinks would be interesting, or that's a good, because especially
when there are things already.
Accidentally invited Kristen to the thing. Got it. I think so too.
You want her to be more like a house, magnanimous.
Yeah. She needs to be like that, the 20-acre house or the 30-acre wood. I don't know.
100-acre wood.
There you go. So more talk about how Schwartz doesn't want to marry this fucking woman, and Jax is just like, don't do it. Which I went through a phase right after my divorce from Ethan's dad, in which anytime that we saw like a bachelorette party, I would just scream, "Don't do it!"
Yeah, that's rude.
I know. I have since obviously come around.
Oh, your wife will be happy to know that.
I have since changed my attitudes about it. But
as a guest at your wedding, I feel very relieved about that.
That is obviously a reflection of what Jax is feeling in his own life right now. And he says, it ruins everything. Okay, all right, Jax. Well, I hope Brittany doesn't hear that because you're being a real dick about it.
It's after party time.
Yeah, there's more talk here about Brittany feeling betrayed. And this is where I am conflicted about whose side to be on. Because inherently, I want to root for one or the other. That is just the nature of a conflict we see on TV. But Jax is being such a dickhead to her and being so awful to her. But I think he's telling the truth. And Brittany is getting all of this disgusting, awful abuse from him, but she's telling a lie. So I can't tell. Like, whose side are you on? Are you taking a side?
Well, I honestly don't know. So you're going to help me out, actually.
Okay.
Carter mentioned this word, and we know Jax does this to the nth degree. Uh-huh. Do you think it's a very good possibility Brittany and Kristen had kissed that night? Maybe Jax saw something like that and then embellished all the other stuff?
No.
Like maybe what he saw wasn't all the way what he saw. Like he really built that part up a little bit. You think no doubt in your mind.
There's no doubt
in what happened
because he said it flat out. He said, "Carter, you were asleep on the couch when I got there."
If this is what happened, I think Jax has a right to be upset.
What? Jax
has a right to be upset if he would like to, but should have handled this.
Jax is in the right? Is that what you said?
Has a right to be upset about this, but should have handled it the complete opposite fucking way. Not doing it in a way that like really separates him from the entire group again. And that's what he hates doing. And if he had just told the truth, then none of this happens because he's upset now because it's blown up in his face.
Yeah. And we've said this about him so many times about how if he could just be cool, that everybody would be on his side. Because, technically his girl did cheat on him, right? Whatever.
I mean, I do agree.
Even if it was just a drunk kiss, if he had just be fucking cool, he could still have some leverage to get some sympathy and get some attention. But he just shoots himself in the foot every time with that temper and that crazy. But when Kristen calls Jason outside, she checks him in a way. Like, even when his voice is racist, she said, that's not what we're going to do. And
Kristen makes me waver on the situation as far as who I believe also.
Oh, yeah?
Like, she does. If she feels justified in talking to him like that, then why? But also, I do think that it's important that Jax did partially say this so she would get fired, so she would get out of the house, so he can go back to fucking whoever he wants to.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's not cool either.
He's too cowardly to break up with her. But I think Kristen is still abiding by the terms that they set out the next morning after that happened, when the cameras weren't there, right? I think Kristen's I think Kristen's some sort of allegiance to Brittany. And and even if it was very short-lived, even if Brittany was like, no, ha, never mind, I don't want to. Like, Jax walked in on something that he shouldn't have. And Brittany is very, very regretful about it happening. Kristen's like, whatever. Because remember, Kristen had a shamectomy.
Yeah. But I think Kristen seems so perfectly confident in the after party. And he doesn't seem as forthright as he did before. Like, he seems like he's backing off a little bit to me, and that's a little telling.
She's scolding him about telling, no matter that's the thing.
Which is what we're saying.
Yeah, she is not scolding him for lying. It's like, no, man, you betrayed her. Please don't do this. Like, she's upset because you did this, and so it's murky.
Right, and I'm not denying it. It is just, I mean, the way it got handled is horrible.
Yeah,
Jax is horrible. Period. And if he just wants them to break up, just break up with her.
I also think it speaks to how infantilizing they are to Brittany and how protective they need to be because, I don't want to get into like Southern Belle archetypes, but they perceive her that she needs to be protected. And they're like, oh, Brittany, she's so sweet and nice. We got to make sure she's protected and covered and all that kind of stuff. And meanwhile, she's out here fucking laser focused on her man, my man, my man, my man. And
also have a theory on this one.
Okay.
I think everybody is wanting to be great on Brittany because they are invested in Jax. Jax is part of them succeeding and doing well. And really as a friend, even. Let's just say as a friend. They've been friends with Jax 5, 10, 15 years, whoever it is we're talking about. They have seen him fuck up a bunch of times. Now, they see Brittany come along as kind of a savior figure almost. Like, if he sticks it out with her, if he can make this work, then there is hope for Jax. If Jax fucks up this Brittany thing, then that's it. There is no hope. He is gone off the deep end forever. We are also writing him off forever, which will crush him. So everyone, as big as they are on Brittany, as just for Brittany, and I'm not saying this to put her down any, I think a lot of how big they are on Brittany is in that role with Jax that she has of like, this is it, man. This is the last fucking chance we have.
I mean, I got my eye on Brittany. And we ended there with Kristen, and I was just so impressed with Kristen just like handling him. And then so next week, there's a whole freaking bridesmaids dinner where she asks them. And then I'm fairly certain that Schwartz has his own version where he hands them envelopes at dinner. I don't know. It's shocking.
There's some picture coming out of the envelope, and
James gets fired, ... again. And lots of more whores and bitches and sluts. So
James getting fired is my sleep paralysis demon that will not go away. Yep.
Did you have any because the pasts?
I had one, I had a couple that were like very more personal. No,
okay.
Like Jason, get out here. Like that full name, like if I got a Jeffrey Thomas, let alone a Jeffrey Thomas Brantley, shit's going down tonight. Also, like everybody that's been hanging out all day, got there when you're hungover. We did the fucking work thing, and it's like, you just want to go get a bunch of pizzas and hang out. Like, yeah, that was very nice because the past for me. And I think that's it. Yeah.
I have a few. Number one, Stassi saying, "Yeah, you brought me some princess water." So,
what was princess water?
Princess water in this context is alkaline infused with rose essence.
Oh, I didn't know what that. I didn't know. Okay.
So because the past is the alkaline water. Do you remember there was a moment in our like health journey where everybody thought that you had
it's still a thing
in some circles, but it sort of made it to the mainstream, and a lot of people were talking about it.
It had 3 or 4 years, yeah, for sure.
I already mentioned Kyle Richards. This is not a spoiler, but
that's a person.
Yeah, yeah, but because famously, her and Lisa Vanderpump had a really serious falling out on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, in which "Goodbye, Kyle" is very famous, and so them being friends and friendly is very much in the past. Again, the body shaming. It's so much. And this one, because I was speaking of like the Darbo, it's become very trendy to use therapy speak. Like we hear people talk about somebody being a narcissist, or you're all crossing my boundaries, or I'm triggered, or you're gaslighting me. And this was
yes, I'm aware of some of these people.
Yeah.
Go on.
And this was before that had sort of made it into, probably thanks to Instagram, had made it into our just like cultural lexicon. When Jax is like doing this to Brittany, she doesn't have the language to say, "Listen, man, I know what you're doing. You're Darboing me," or whatever. And so it was just interesting because that was a time that that didn't exist. This like therapy speak that we do.
Yeah.
And I say we because I do it as well.
Yeah, as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As well as anyone I know.
Yeah, well, try my best. Okay, LVP. Who is your LVP?
Boobs, lots of boob talk. Boobs are out there. Let everybody talking about their puppies. Sheena's got there. I figure we had to talk. There's new boobs this year. Eventually we're gonna have one of them's gonna have to be boobs. So it's just boobs. I was gonna say like I kind of want to pull for Elise's innuendo, even though this wasn't their strongest show. I have hopes if she's gonna keep going at it this hard this year that it's gonna get better.
Well,
so we'll see.
Quantity over quality in this episode. So
yeah,
mine was Katie for the following reasons. She killed it at being an assistant.
Yes,
she sort of let James apologize. She didn't like continue to beat this particular
No. She let it. Yeah.
She made some progress on the wedding, down to the wire. And her and Schwartz did not get into a fight, even though he was baiting her in every fucking turn. She did not take it. So high five to Katie for being.
I love this. She turned a little bit of a corner for me too. I really love that one. Yeah.
My chump, obviously, is the Yulin Dog Festival.
Oh, that's also what I have here.
Yeah. Very close second, me too, is Jax. And I just wrote, you know why.
Well, is it also because, so I have, Jax and James, it's hard to pick one of them. And both of them I had like, I may get it wrong now, but when Kristen pulls Jason outside and is talking to him and he's like, "I'm sorry, like, what is this in reference to? Or to what does this concern?" And you're like, "Nah, dude. Well, I'm going to throw you off this balcony. Are you shitting me?"
What is this in reference to?
So what is this in reference to? Like, what do you mean? Per my fucking email about you spreading lies about your girlfriend, you fucking dumb twat. Like, what do you think it is?
Email. The shit you've been
Hope this finds you well. Like, you're out. You're out of here. But
wild.
Since you went with the Dog Fest, which is clearly the biggest crime against humanity we've seen on this show, which is saying a lot.
Yeah.
James, when he's talking to Sheena and doing the shitty apology is one thing. And he also claims that he's a truth teller. That's why he has to say those things. No one asked you for these truths.
Right.
These aren't your truths to tell.
Worst.
Maybe if someone had asked for those things and you had to tell the truth and they really push you down, then you'd be forced to be a dick about it. But you chose to just be a dick about it all on your own, just from your own empty noggin. So for that, you are a chump. And I'm not just saying James. I am going to define, because we want to say it all the time. I'm willing to say I will pick out a moment in which you are the biggest chump of this entire episode.
Of them all. Chumpiest of them all.
Yeah. James 1, James 2, James 3.
I have got my eye on the production of it all. I am interested to see, because they have obviously tipped over into celebrity, and now it's like the tail's wagging the dog over there. So I'm interested to see. But you guys have comments. Do not forget to weigh in on our In the City and Summer House stuff. You guys love I did a little quick video asking if Kyle was mediocre, and I'm getting a lot of feedback on that. So at Take a Pinot Pod on TikTok and Instagram, and find us on YouTube. You can watch instead of listen if you want. And as always, send all of your ideas and thoughts to jeff@pinotpod.com.
Talk to me about how Sunday's a Jack's apologist at jeff@pinotpod.com.